Today we are addressing what do I carry in my day pack, and I keep it under 30 pounds. Now, many times you don't even need a backpack to hike just during, let's say, a 6 hour hike. You're going to hike somewhere for 6, 7, 8 miles, park your butt, enjoy the scenery, eat some lunch, and hike back, or whatever your destination is. You really don't need a backpack. You could do a fanny pack. I do this for a couple reasons. One of the reasons I do this is to get in shape and strengthen my shoulders and to keep walking. Hopefully there's an incline. Hopefully it will help me in time, which it has. So I'm going to show you what I put in my mystery ranch for just a day hike, no more, no less. And down the road, we got my everyday carry, back and forth to work, and what I have in that. All right, here we go. So let's go with lighting. We've talked about solar before. This is one of my favorites for $15 at Target. And so I keep that just in case something's going to happen overnight. It's extremely lightweight. And the Olight, this is the Param 2, works really great. You got to make sure you're going to be charging this the night before, really important. Got the magnetic charge. Keep it in the same area with the light. In this little container, you're going to see 2 or 3 places for coffee since I'm addicted to caffeine. Extra lighter, Sharpie pen. I do enjoy writing and jotting notes. So this is an all-weather pad that I keep. And we have another lighter down here, and I kind of keep all of this together. This is some charging material as well. It also has a signal mirror. I do not bring this along if I am in, deciduous forest, the Midwest, pines. If I'm out in a very large flat area where this could be useful, then I will. Other than that, this is not carried. This is the heaviest piece of equipment out of everything, and this is my charging. It is solar power bank, and it is an ROHS, and it works fantastic. It also has flashlights, and you want to keep this charged. You have the charging ports here, Type C as well as USB. You can charge other items obviously with it, and this always goes. Extra pair of glasses, important. And I've discussed these before. These are the biodegradable compressed wipes. So these little biodegradable compressed wipes are fantastic. You can get them in this little container. I'll show you real quick on this one. Take you some water. Usually about a teaspoon is all you're going to need. Soak that up with some water. And it's like those little animals that you put in the water and they expand. This is really nice and strong. You can wipe your face and you can wipe other important areas of your bod when you're out on the trail. These are great. Good stuff. Good invention. Get you some. They're not expensive. Oh, let's backtrack. This we're not going to carry. Remember we talked about that. So we're tossing that aside. My knife sharpener for a day. No, we're not going to carry this for a day hike. So that's gone. I am definitely carrying my Pocket Boy saw. These are fantastic. And this is the Silky Pocket Boy. It works really, really well. I had an older Pocket Boy that I just beat up. So this one's fairly new. But if something occurs and you got to spend the night, you want to have something like this. It's lightweight. I'm not carrying an axe, a hatchet, no need. And my go-to knife that we've talked about a bunch. This is the Russell belt knife. Had it for years. It's my go-to in terms of cooking and basically everyday use out on the trail. So that's a good one. As you get older, you're going to believe more and more of this. You're going to want some sunscreen. And trust me, it is important. This is not your cheapy survival blanket, but It's right in the middle, so that's lightweight, stays in my pack. I'm not going to carry heavy binoculars, but I like to see what's up. I like to see wildlife, birds. This Vortex binocular is not really expensive, and it works really, really well, and I love it. So that way I'm not carrying heavy binocs, even if I'm deer hunting. This is an 8x36. Gives me a little broader range of view. I don't need, and maybe you do, I don't need a 10x50 when it comes to a binocular. The proverbial duct tape for all the uses we have beat into the ground. My emergency shelter, the T0, which I have a video, I'll put that at the end. And this is the one. Now, this is pricey, but I'm telling you, it is really, really excellent. Very lightweight, very durable. So that is what I use. You can bring a tarp, whatever, but if you need a shelter, this is important. Also, what is not here right now is paracord. So that is another important item you will definitely need. This is not something you need. I like it. I use it. And especially when I'm cooking. My wife and I have used this a couple times, and it has really worked out well. It's a Soto, S-O-T-O, and a little table that you can, this way you're not going to, if you're on some uneven ground, sticks, rocks, you're not going to, have any dangers of the fire falling and getting anything caught on fire. And it slips right in the backpack. It's very lightweight. Water. I'm bringing a Nalgene. I also have a beef-free filter system, as well as the Sawyer. Can't go wrong. It's going to filter out all the bacteria and protozoa that you're concerned about. You will not get Giardia. If the water is really heavy with sediment, you're going to want to filter that out before you use these. By the way, the Sawyer fits perfectly on a smart water bottle. And in here is my ditty bag with all kinds of things. I have some Germex Cutter Advanced. And this is, if I remember, yeah, this has picaridin, which I'm a big fan of, not DEET. Although DEET will work fine. There's no odor with this. Have some Vaseline. Have my fire starter, some cotton balls. I also have another lighter as a backup. Compass. And I have some waterproof matches. So this bag here always goes with me, whether it's a day hike or whatever I'm doing. This is always in my bag. You don't know what's going to happen. All right, this, and I'm going to put this video at the end, that's all I carry for a medical kit. And no, there is not a tourniquet in here. There's other ways you can do a tourniquet. Again, this is light. So this is my medical kit that I carry with me 98% of the time. And I will put that video at the end of this one. Okay, I am a Peak 2 fan. I've tried Mountain House, you name it, and I tell you, the flavor on the Peak 2s of freeze-dried, these, you can't beat it in my opinion. They're really, really good. Get you a long spoon to chow down. I carry a few spoons because my wife's usually with me, and we will both share. And you're going to see more coffee and more coffee. And I keep these, sometimes I have them in my ditty bag, sometimes I have them in a smaller pouch in my pack. And this actually is in the back of my vehicle. I'll take one or two of these out. Death Wish coffee, it's one of the strongest, and this is my morning go-to. All right, so let's talk about stoves real quick. So I have two stoves here. You really only see the one, the other one's inside. This is the MSR, Mountain Safety Research. This is the wind burner. And then inside here. And this you can get at Walmart. This is a Stanley pot, and I'm telling you, for like $11, you can't beat it. This works fantastic. And I have a Soto stove in here that works really. I've used it a lot. They say that this Soto is really good in the wind. However, it is not the greatest. It's a fantastic stove. So what I do is I look at the weather. If it's going to be a windy day, then I am bringing this wind burner. Now, the wind burner stove is, I have never had it go out in a wind, and I've been in probably 15-mile-an-hour wind. It does wonders. It does not have a self-ignite. The Soto little stove does have a self-ignite piezo to light it right there, and that works really great. So I love my Soto. However, if it's going to be a windy day, I am not using it. I'm using the wind burner. And then what I also have is I always carry an extra pair of socks. One, my feet get cold. Two, if I sprain an ankle. Then if you look at the video we did on sprains and fractures, you'll see why I'm carrying these. And I'll put that down in the discussion below. Not just for warmth, but also for, God forbid, you sprain or break an ankle. It works really good for splitting. And I carry a pair of gloves. All of this is less than 30 pounds. It's really not much at all. And not counting maybe a camper knife I have in my pocket, and that's about it. And this will get you through the day and back home. And remember, always tell somebody where you're going and approximate time you're going to be back. Really important. If you have any questions, throw them down. If you have some, I'm surely you got some ideas that you want to have in your day pack or things that you would not carry that I mentioned. So, all right, guys, keep your eyes on the horizon, your face to the wind. We'll see you next time.